The feels uncertain. We generate fears while we sit. We overcome them by action. Fear grows in stillness. Movement breaks its spell because action builds proof that you can survive what you dread. If you want to make the wrong decision, ask everyone. Too many voices drown your own. Trust yourself. Clarity comes from within, not from a crowd. Don't look back. You are not going that way. The past is a reference, not a destination. Your future unfolds when you choose to move forward, not stare behind. If people took back the pain they caused you, you'd lose the strength you gained. Your scars shaped your resilience. Healing isn't about erasing pain. It's about recognizing what it built within you. Life will test you just before it blesses you. Storms often come before clear skies. Trials refine you into someone ready for the blessings meant for you. If you focus on the hurt, you will continue to suffer. If you focus on the lesson, you will continue to grow. Pain sharpens your perspective. Growth begins when you stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" The magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. What feels uncomfortable is often where your breakthrough waits. Lean into the resistance. That's where change lives. You can either be a negative or positive person in life, but only one will get you somewhere. Negativity drains. Positivity propels. Your mindset determines the road you travel, not just how you feel on the way. Never expose your next step. Just take the step. A fish with a closed mouth never gets caught. Move in silence. Protect your dreams from premature judgment. Let results speak louder than intentions. The people who say you can't and you won't are usually the ones scared that you will. Doubt from others often masks their fear. Their limits are not yours. Keep building beyond their sight. Be careful how you talk to yourself because you are listening. Be careful how you talk to yourself because you are listening. Your inner voice becomes your outer life. Speak to yourself with the kindness you wish the world offered. Stop thinking you're doing it all wrong. Your path doesn't look like anybody else's because it can't. It shouldn't. And it won't. Comparison is a lie. Your journey is uniquely yours. And its value lies in its authenticity, not its similarity. If it keeps you happy, keep it quiet. Protect your joy. Not everything precious needs to be shared. Some happiness is safest when kept sacred. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. Blood may connect you, but choice builds your home. Love freely and build your circle with those who lift you higher. The more you know yourself, the less you need others' approval. Self-awareness makes validation irrelevant. When you truly know your worth, external opinions lose their power. Just because the past didn't turn out like you wanted it to, doesn't mean your future can't be better than you ever imagined. The past is not the verdict. It's just a chapter. The next page is still blank, and you hold the pen. Do not allow small minds to convince you that your dreams are too big. Your vision isn't too much. They're just thinking too small. Protect your dreams from limited minds. When you try to please everybody, you almost always please nobody. Pleasing everyone waters you down. Stand in your truth, even if it means standing alone. We cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. Growth demands surrender. Becoming means shedding parts of yourself that no longer fit the life you seek. The truth is, everyone is going to hurt you. You just got to find the ones worth suffering for. No love is painless, but some connections are worth the risks, the misunderstandings, and the healing they require. If you find yourself repeatedly questioning whether or not something is right for you, the answer is usually no. Doubt is a whisper from your intuition. When peace is absent, listen and trust the silent number. Accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a tree to grow. Growth isn't one-sided. Praise strengthens, but correction sharpens. You need both to become whole. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Don't let new wisdom lead you to condemn yourself over old struggles. Growth rewrites understanding, but forgiveness for your past self is part of honoring the journey you took to get here. Bad habits are like a comfortable bed. Easy to get into, but hard to get out of. Comfort breeds complacency. Change demands discomfort, and that discomfort is where freedom begins. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take, the relationships we were too afraid to have, and the decisions we waited too long to make. Risk is frightening, but regret weighs more. Choose courage while time still offers it. Waiting for change while not doing anything for it is like waiting for the train at a bus stop. Hope without action is empty. Stand where the train will actually come. Move in the direction of your dreams. By 3 lessons we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Wisdom wears many faces. Learn early through reflection or later through experience. But one way or another, life teaches. Don't let other people's opinions drown out your inner voice. Your soul already knows what you need. Stay quiet long enough to hear it above the noise. Hope for the best. Plan for the worst. Optimism without preparation is fragile. Dream big, but lay a foundation strong enough to weather storms. Respect yourself, because people can see if you don't. Because people can see if you don't. Self-respect is silent but visible. Carry it like armor. Others will treat you by the standard you set. It's impossible to make everyone happy, and trying to do so will only lead to frustration and disappointment. Seeking universal approval is a race you can't win. Be true instead. That's the real victory. Stay away from people who can't see any wrong in their actions, but see every wrong in yours. Accountability is a two-way street. If someone refuses to walk it, love them from a distance. Focus on the step in front of you, and not the whole staircase. Overwhelm comes from staring too far ahead. Just take the next right step. The rest will reveal itself in time. Be brave enough to be bad at something new. Mastery begins with imperfection. The courage to be clumsy is the first step toward greatness. Your thoughts are like boomerangs. What you pass along to others is what will come back to you. Energy is contagious. What you send out circles back. Plant kindness and harvest peace. Listen to the people who tell you what you don't want to hear. Truth often comes dressed in discomfort. Growth begins when you're willing to listen without defense. The longer you entertain what's not for you, the longer you postpone what is. Holding on to what's wrong delays what's right. Let go so what belongs to you can find you. The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. Waiting robs you of becoming. Every delayed step is a chapter you'll never write. Don't depend too much on anyone in this world, because even your own shadow leaves you when you are in darkness. True strength is built within. Others may walk beside you, but only you can carry yourself through your darkest hours. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first. Self-care isn't selfish, it's survival. You can only give fully when you are full. It is better to act and repent than not to act and regret. Regret weighs heavier than mistakes. Action, even imperfect, teaches more than hesitation ever will. Excuses make today easy but tomorrow harder. Discipline makes it harder. Today hard but tomorrow easier. Comfort now creates burden later. Choose discipline. It plants seeds for a future you'll thank yourself for. If you are a giver, know your limits because takers don't have any. Boundaries protect your kindness. Without them, your giving becomes a wound instead of a gift. If you don't clean up what's in your head, you'll drop what's in your hands. Mental clutter spills into every corner of your life. Inner peace is the foundation for outer success. Never share your problems with friends before finding a solution, no matter how challenging it is. Premature venting invites noise, not clarity. Find your center first, then seek support, not validation. Everyone wants to skip struggle, not knowing that's where character is built. Strength is forged in friction. Skipping struggle skips growth. Embrace it. It's shaping you into something greater. Self-pity is dangerous. Stay away from it. Pity traps you in place. Compassion moves you forward. Choose healing over helplessness. Vision without execution is just a hallucination. Dreams without action fade into regret. Vision demands movement to become reality. Making too many efforts to forget someone is remembering them all the time. Forgetting is not forced, it's released. The more you fight it, the tighter you hold on. Never let a lack of support stop you from achieving your goal. Not everyone will believe in your path. Walk it anyway. Your journey needs your belief, not their permission. Don't be afraid of losing people. Be afraid of losing yourself by trying to please everyone around you. Authenticity costs less than approval. Stay true, even if it means walking alone for a while. Putting off until tomorrow is your weakness. Procrastination is a silent thief. What you delay today becomes the burden of tomorrow. Once you are mature, you will realize that silence is more powerful than proving your point. Not every truth needs defending. Sometimes peace speaks louder than any argument. A lack of boundaries invites a lack of respect. You teach others how to treat you. Set the standard and protect it fiercely. Work for it more than you talk about it. Action is louder than promises. Quiet effort builds louder results than empty words ever will. Stop choosing what's not choosing you. Energy flows where it's welcomed. Stop watering what refuses to grow with you. Learn to be okay with not being invited, included, or considered. Exclusion doesn't diminish your worth. Sometimes solitude is protection, not rejection. It won't happen overnight, but if you quit, it won't happen at all. Progress is slow, but quitting guarantees failure. Stay the course. The reward is in persistence. Work at your job and make a living. Work on yourself and make a fortune. External success sustains survival. Inner growth builds wealth that no paycheck can match. The hardest part is at the beginning of the journey. The rocket loses 90% of its fuel during takeoff. Starting feels heavier than continuing. Push through the resistance. Momentum makes the climb easier. Sometimes people don't want to hear the truth because they don't want their illusions destroyed. Truth demands courage. Many prefer the comfort of lies. Speak honestly anyway, but don't expect applause. Don't be upset by the result you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Outcomes reflect effort. Energy spent complaining is better spent working. The journey of your success will always begin with the small step of taking a chance. Every achievement is rooted in a first risk. No leap, no flight. Be alone until you're valued. Loneliness is better than being undervalued. Hold your worth until someone else recognizes it too. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Hope without preparation is a gamble. Success favors the one who plans for it. The things you say about others say a lot about you. Your words reflect your inner world. Choose to speak with care. It's yourself you're revealing. Don't be afraid to start over again. This time you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. Beginnings feel humbling, but every step is wiser now. Experience turns second chances into something stronger. It's not the future that's hazy. It's your thoughts about it. Uncertainty isn't reality. It's the stories you tell yourself. Clear your mind, and the future becomes clearer too. Stop expecting life to be fair, and the future becomes clearer too. Stop expecting life to be fair. Start expecting yourself to be a better player, capable of handling any situation. Fairness is not promised. Strength is. Build skills instead of waiting for fairness. When you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things a chance to catch you. Letting go creates space. What's meant for you can't arrive while your hands are full of what isn't. Embarrassment is the cost of entry. If you aren't willing to look like the foolish beginner, you'll never be the graceful master. Growth demands vulnerability. Awkward beginnings are the price of eventual mastery. You are responsible for your own happiness. If you expect others to make you happy, you will always be disappointed. Happiness is an inside job. No one else can carry what only you are meant to build. You are right about all the things you think you need to do. Don't wait. Get started. Clarity comes through action, not thought. Begin before you're ready. The way forward reveals itself in movement. Not everyone will make it to your future. Some people are passing through to teach you life lessons. Temporary connections leave permanent lessons. Not everyone is meant to stay. And that's okay. Be a good person, but don't waste time proving it. Goodness needs no validation. Let your actions speak and walk away from those who refuse to see. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible. Difficulty is not defeat. Hard is how important things are earned. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. Promises are heavy. Speak less. Do more. Your actions will hold greater weight. Expect little from people. Expect a lot from yourself. That's the secret of a happy life. Control expectations outward. Raise standards inward. That's where lasting peace is born. You can often regret your words, but you will never regret your silence. Silence holds a wisdom that rushed words betray. Speak when necessary, but let silence be your shield. Don't ever let the same people disappoint you twice. The first time is experience. The second time is a choice. Guard your peace after the lesson. Nothing is particularly hard if you divide it into small jobs. Overwhelm shrinks when broken into steps. Progress is a series of small, consistent wins. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. Today holds the only certainty. Tomorrow is a hope. Act now while it's still within your hands. Try not to sacrifice your progress for the sake of a friend. They may not have done the same if the tables were turned. Loyalty should not cost your dreams. Protect your journey. True friends will walk beside you, not pull you back. Today is the oldest you've ever been in your life, and the youngest you'll ever be again. This moment is a bridge. Honor it. Live now with the urgency and gratitude it deserves. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. Joy isn't a reward at the end of the road. It's a choice you build into each step. Private life always wins. Keep it secret till you win. Silence protects dreams. Privacy lets you grow without noise or sabotage. Being alone is really better than being with fake people who pretend to love you. True loneliness isn't solitude. It's being surrounded by insincerity. Choose yourself first. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Comfort can be the enemy of growth. Sometimes you must risk the good to reach the extraordinary. The more people let you down, the easier you'll get back up and realize that life doesn't stop for anyone. Each disappointment strengthens your resilience. Pain teaches that you alone are responsible for your journey. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to lose something good to gain something better. Loss often clears the way for blessings. Trust the trade-offs life demands. Be careful who you trust. Salt and sugar look the same. Not everything sweet is safe. Discernment protects your peace. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Achievement without gratitude feels empty. True wealth is appreciating what's already yours. Most people stay in the same place for a reason. The things they hold dear are the anchors that hold them in place. Comfort chains more dreams than failure ever could. Growth requires loosening what feels safe. You and yours before you are anyone else's. Your loyalty must begin at home with yourself and those who truly walk with you. Sometimes you must go to war with yourself to fix yourself. Healing isn't gentle. It demands confrontation with the parts of you that need to be rebuilt. You will never always be motivated, so you must learn to always be disciplined. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. The quickest way to succeed is to start now and figure it out as you go. You can't learn to drive in a parked car. Waiting for certainty kills momentum. Action teaches faster than planning ever could. You make the best decisions when in pain because fear of experiencing the same pain again is the strongest motivator. Pain sharpens clarity. It pushes you to build a life where that hurt cannot repeat. What we do during our working hours determines what we have. What we do in our leisure hours determines what we are. Wealth fills your hands. Character fills your soul. Both are built by how you spend unseen hours. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is. But if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. Belief in others plants seeds of transformation. How you see people helps them become more. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer someone else up. Light spreads. Helping others lifts you too. It reminds you of your own strength to give. Grind like nobody has your back. Self-reliance fuels perseverance. Assume no one owes you anything and build anyway. Your life isn't yours if you always care what others think. Freedom begins where approval ends. Live for truth, not for applause. You may not realize this, but the people you love are your biggest weaknesses. Attachment makes you vulnerable. Love fully, but guard your center. Set your mind on a definitive goal and observe how quickly the world stands aside to let you pass. Clarity cuts through obstacles. When your will is focused, life aligns to your movement. Once you realize your value, you will be greatly surprised at what you used to settle for. Self-worth rewrites every standard. What once seemed enough will no longer satisfy. Don't tell anyone what you think or what you know. Keep your secrets to yourself because a friend of today could be an enemy by tomorrow. Silence safeguards power. Not every heart that listens today will honor you tomorrow. If people treat you like an option, leave them like a choice. Your worth isn't negotiable. Walk away from those who fail to recognize it. To reach somewhere, you need to leave something behind. It's best to leave things at the right time. Otherwise, you are left with too many regrets and complaints. Clinging delays growth. Timely goodbyes are painful, but necessary to create space for what's meant to come. Be impatient with actions, but patient with results. Move swiftly, but let the harvest come in its own season. Focus on effort, not immediate rewards. There's no limit to what you can achieve except that which you place in your mind. Limits live in belief, not reality. Break the ceiling inside before you break it outside. Distance yourself from people that bring out the person you're not trying to be anymore. Growth requires protecting your progress. Stay close only to what strengthens the new you. Take solitude as a time for reflection and self-discovery. Silence isn't emptiness, a mirror. Solitude holds the answers noise keeps hidden. Forgive your old self. You change. You are not your mistakes. Growth deserves grace, especially from the one who lived through it. Many of the people you told your secret to have already told it to others. Trust is precious. Protect it carefully. Few can carry the weight of your vulnerabilities. Protect it carefully. Few can carry the weight of your vulnerabilities. Stop trying to skip the struggle. That's where the character is built. The road you avoid is the strength you deny. Struggle forges the soul into something unbreakable. If you define the problem correctly, you almost have the solution. Clarity is half the battle. Understanding the route reveals the path forward. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. True achievements require full journeys. Skipping the process cheapens the destination. The true test of a man's character is what he does when no one is watching. Integrity lives in the unseen moments. Honor yourself when applause is absent. You've got to do what's right for you, even if it hurts some people you love. Choosing yourself may cause pain, but abandoning yourself guarantees it. When you're working for someone else's dream, you sacrifice your own. Be mindful of whose vision you're building. Make sure your own doesn't collect dust. The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. Change begins with refusal, with the decision that here is not enough anymore. Stand up and face your fears, or they will defeat you. Fear thrives in avoidance. Confront it head-on, or be ruled by it in silence. Sometimes loneliness is the price you pay for growth. Outgrowing old circles can feel isolating, but solitude often precedes elevation. In order to love who you are, you cannot hate the experiences that shaped you. Healing isn't about erasing your past. It's about seeing it as the soil that grew you. Focus on making yourself better, not on thinking that you are better. True growth is inward and quiet. Comparison wastes energy that could be used for transformation. Do what no one else can do and you will become what no one else can become. Your uniqueness is your power. Embrace the work that only you were born to do. Someone else's progress doesn't make yours any less. Their journey doesn't diminish yours. Celebrate both. Comparison only weakens the spirit. Not everyone you trust will be trustworthy. Trust is a gift, not a guarantee. Give it carefully and be willing to take it back when necessary. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Growth demands discomfort. What feels easy rarely leads to anything extraordinary. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Silence sharpens perception. In stillness, truth speaks the loudest. The people who mind don't matter. And the people who matter don't mind. Real connection doesn't demand masks. Those who love you accept your truth, not your performance. You can accept the apology, but you have to remove the trust. Forgiveness clears your heart. Boundaries protected it. Rebuild only where it's safe to do so. You're very hard to control when you're healthy. You're very hard to manipulate when you're clear. You're very hard to influence when you're sovereign. True power lies in clarity, wholeness and self-ownership. Heal, focus and stand firm. It takes a long time to realize how truly miserable you are, and even longer to realize it doesn't have to be that way. Awareness is painful, but it's the first step toward freedom. You are not obligated to stay unhappy. Everyone you love in your life should be a safe space, not more stress that makes you worry or another battle you need to overcome. Love should be your refuge, not your battlefield. Protect your peace in your relationships. Your direction is more important than your speed. Moving fast means nothing if you're heading the wrong way. Focus on alignment before acceleration. You may not lead a comfortable life with a single source of income. You need to build others. Security today demands versatility. Multiple streams create freedom where dependency builds chains. The walls you build to keep things out are also keeping things in. Protection can become prison. Guard your heart, but don't lock it away from life. Have at least one person in your life who gives you honest opinions. Flattery comforts, but truth refines. A real friend tells you what you need, not just what you want to hear. Sometimes later becomes never. Do it now. Delay steals opportunity. Action is the cure for regret. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. Decide based on possibility, not paranoia. Fear shrinks, hope expands. Good decisions come from experience. Experience comes from making bad decisions. Mistakes are the tuition for wisdom. Failure isn't the enemy. Refusing to learn from it is. Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you nowhere. Energy spent on worry is energy wasted. Redirect it into action instead. The work is beneath you. The only thing that should be beneath you is your big ego. Work hard in silence and show your skills at the job you get rather than criticizing the job. No task is too small for excellence. Humility turns every effort into a foundation for success. It's better to be alone than in bad company. Loneliness is a temporary discomfort. Toxicity is a permanent wound. Choose solitude over suffering. If you do not make yourself indispensable, you will be unemployed soon. Value comes from contribution. Contribution become essential, and your place will never be questioned. The secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. Mastery isn't in magic, it's in precision. Excellence in the basics builds legends. Time is your most valuable resource. There are no refunds or second chances for the time you waste. Every moment spent is a moment gone forever. Spend it with intention. In most instances, obstacles are the way. Resistance isn't the signal to stop. It's the path to mastery. Push through it. You are more defined by what comes out of your mouth than what goes in it. Speech gives us the power to create or destroy. Words shape reality. Choose them like they matter. Because they do. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Solo success is quick but fragile. Collective strength builds endurance. Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. Your circle is your climate. Choose warmth. Choose growth. Where fear ends, strength begins. Fear is a wall. Courage is a door. 33:09. Step through it and find out who you really are. The first step to getting anywhere is deciding you're not willing to stay where you are. Change begins with refusal. Growth is born when comfort becomes unacceptable. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goals. Distraction magnifies fear. Stay focused and the hurdles shrink to their real size. Betrayal never comes from your enemies. Only those close enough to touch your heart can wound it. Guard your trust wisely. You will never remember the days and nights you stay home and do nothing. Life is measured in moments lived, not in safety maintained. Step into the story. If you stopped seeing the world in terms of what you like and what you dislike and saw things for what they truly are in themselves, you would find a great deal more peace in your life. Attachment clouds reality. Acceptance brings clarity and with it, peace. There is no perfect time. You must take the time you have and make it perfect. Waiting is a thief. Perfection is made, not found. The best thing about hard times is that you get to see everyone's true colors. Adversity strips away masks. What remains is truth. Pay close attention. What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Belief is the architect of reality. What you dare to imagine, you set in motion. Always take responsibility for your actions, for it is the mark of a mature individual. Blame is easy. Ownership builds character and earns true respect. Your goals are the compass that guide you through the storm of life. Without direction, storms scatter you. With it, they sharpen your aim. If you don't value your time, neither will others. Teach others how to treat your time by how you treated yourself. No relationship is worth damaging your mental health. Connection without peace is a wound, not a gift. Protect your mind first. Spend time with the elderly. Their wisdom and experiences are invaluable. Their stories hold the maps of lessons you haven't lived yet. Listen and honor them. Never expect someone to catch you when you fall, even if you have caught many from falling. Give from abundance, not expectation. Expectation breeds disappointment. Giving frees you. There are times when you see someone for the last time and don't even realize it. Watch out. You'll never know the true value of the moment until it becomes a memory. Presence is precious. Treat each goodbye as if it could be the last. Because sometimes it is. Just because a thought got your attention doesn't mean it deserves your attention. Not every thought is truth. Discernment protects your peace. Be around people who feed your soul, not eat it. Energy flows both ways. Surround yourself with those who pour light into your spirit. If you want the present to be different from the past, study the past. Reflection builds wisdom. Patterns break when understood. The key to happiness is letting each situation be what it is instead of what you think it should be. Expectation breeds suffering. Acceptance nurtures joy. When writing the story of your life, don't let anyone else hold the pen. Own your narrative. No one else is qualified to tell your story. There are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. Choice is a constant gift. No path is final until you choose it to be. Don't see anyone as your competition. You don't have the same goals, ambition or brains. You're not the same. Comparison is irrelevant. You are walking a path no one else could ever walk. If you stay positive in a negative situation, you win. If you stay positive in a negative situation, you win. Positivity isn't naivety. It's strength. It's choosing to be light in the midst of darkness. The heaviest burden we carry is the weight of our expectations. Freedom comes when you loosen your grip on how things should be and embrace how they are. Learn to handle rejection gracefully. It's a part of life. Rejection is not a verdict. It's a redirection, one that often leads to something better. There is no other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. Talent starts the journey. Perseverance finishes it. Endurance transforms possibility into reality. Do not let the things that have hurt you turn you into a person you are not. Pain is a teacher, not a sculptor. Keep your heart aligned with who you are, not what hurt you. Build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. If you don't pursue your vision, you'll spend your life serving someone else's. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Effort leaves fingerprints and sometimes they smudge. Progress requires courage to get your hands dirty. The secret of achievement is to hold a picture of a successful outcome in your mind. Vision fuels action. The mind builds the future before the hands ever touch it. Count your blessings, not your problems. Focus expands what you feel. Gratitude shifts the weight of your life toward hope. Be proud of how hard you are trying. Even unseen effort is worthy. Growth isn't always visible, but it is always valuable. Ships don't sink because of the water around them. Ships sink because of the water that gets in them. Don't let what's happening around you get inside you and weigh you down. External chaos only wins if it invades your spirit. Protect your peace like it's your lifeline. Because it is. What to speak is knowledge. And when to speak is an intelligence. Wisdom isn't just about knowing. It's about timing. Sometimes silence is the highest form of understanding. If you need inspiration, don't do it. Discipline carries you where motivation cannot. Inspiration is a spark. Discipline is the fire that sustains you. You are not what happened to you. You are what you choose to become. Your past shaped you, but it doesn't define you. You write the ending. Find something you love, something you can lean onto, something that would keep you going. You need something to fall back on when you get depressed. Anchors are vital in storms. Purpose steadies you when nothing else can. Accept that you are not important to some people and move on. Your value isn't diminished by their blindness. Let go and redirect your light toward those who can see it. Every time when you are rejected for something good, you are redirected to something better. Rejection isn't a door closing. It's a road turning. When you are rejected for something good, you are redirected to something better. Rejection isn't a door closing. It's a road turning. Trust the reroute. On the other side of a storm is the strength that comes from having navigated through it. Endurance leaves gifts behind. Painful paths often prepare you for destinations greater than you imagined. Remember, some of the best times of your life haven't even happened yet. Hope is an open horizon. The future holds moments your heart hasn't even learned to dream of yet. Take some time today to recognize where you are right now and how hard you've worked to get there. Even if you're not exactly where you dream to be just yet. Progress is sacred, even unfinished. Honor the distance you've traveled. You're closer than you think. Life lessons won't work unless you do. Wisdom is useless without action. Knowledge only transforms when effort breathes life into it. Don't change yourself just to make someone happy. Unless that someone is you. Adjust for growth, not approval. True happiness begins when your reflection matches your soul. The longer you live in the past, the less future you have to enjoy. Yesterday can be a memory or a prison. The longer you live in the past, the less future you have to enjoy. Yesterday can be a memory or a prison. Choose to visit it, not live in it. Don't worry about those who talk behind your back. They're behind you for a reason. Their position speaks louder than their words. Keep moving forward. They already chose to stay behind. There are no missed opportunities. Everything you missed wasn't yours. What is meant for you will not require force.